But we know that the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, after presenting the 2022 budget, Parliament is expected to deliberate. The Finance Committee will deliberate over the figures and the statistics, etc., and go ahead to recommend approval of a budget statement as a House. Now, hours after the presentation, the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amoako-Attah, directed the cessation of collection of tolls on public bridges effective Thursday, which has already begun biting. Let's engage private legal practitioner Justice Abdulai for some legal education. Thank you, Justice Abdulai. Always a pleasure speaking to you on some of these matters.
So, it is great always being with you.
You've heard all the concerns. The traders are agitated. The toll attendants themselves do not know what next for them. But from your perspective and what the law says, does the minister has any such powers to make a directive such as this one, pending approval of the budget itself by Parliament?
Indeed, I think the question is, the answer is in the question you just asked. Appropriation of any kind within the complete reserve of Parliament. And so Parliament has its own discretion and the authority to grant any taxation or removal of taxation or the reduction of same. And so that's entirely within the preserve of Parliament and not a particular minister of state, unless, of course, Parliament decides to grant a minister that authority to do so. But I haven't seen anywhere in present statutes where the Minister of Roads has the authority to make this kind of decision on behalf of Parliament. I mean, I haven't come across anyone yet. And so to that extent, it is easier to see that the conduct of the minister is too premature. Parliament may decide not to even accept it. And so I think the minister should have just taken his time. He was too much in a hurry, out of excitement, how to do this. And I think that is wrong.
And are there any remedial measures thereof? So, for example, if Parliament goes ahead and in their deliberations over the budgets, the details of a statement decide that, no, this is an area we do not think is in the right direction, how would you place that versus this directive? Would that render the directive null and void then?
Indeed, if it turns out that Parliament decides not to grant the request of the Minister of Finance or the President to remove these road tolls, what that would mean is that the road minister would have caused financial loss to the state for the period of time that he failed to collect the amount on behalf of the state. And I do not think that would be a situation that any of us would be happy with. Which is why I say that the minister acted too prematurely in this conduct.
And finally, before I let you go, these attendants themselves, who we know are largely persons living with disabilities because of a directive by government to put these individuals to man these toll booths. Now they are out of jobs. Government has said that it is going to reassign them, but the definitives are not clear. We do not know when and where. What options are available to these now unemployed individuals?
For such persons who are directly affected by this conduct of the minister, I believe the most appropriate thing to do is to continue to pay them their emolument until a final discussion had. I don't know the circumstances of their employment, whether they are contract staff or they are permanent staff or in any form of shape. In fact, whatever the arrangement is with the government, I think the most appropriate thing to do is to maintain them on salary until an appropriate conversation is had as to the way forward. I've heard the minister saying that, I heard the minister saying that they would find a way to deal with them. But that way to deal with them should not be such that they would not receive their salaries going forward until that decision is made.
Okay.
I think, so they will have to continue to maintain them on salary until that final decision is taken as to exactly how the way forward should be. The saddest part is those who benefit from this mess that has been created by the minister, i.e. the traders and hawkers around the various toll booths. I think there should have been a proper dialogue as to how to either relocate them or find a better means of livelihood for them. I think decisions are taken to ensure that the people who are directly affected, but the generality of Ghanaians benefit from it. And so if there are those who are going to suffer directly from such a decision, I think the most appropriate thing to do is to ensure that they are informed of that and then appropriate measures being taken to reduce the incidence of that decision that is to be taken. I think that's just common sense approach that I expected that be taken before such a rush communications was made.
Thank you very much. Justice Abdulai, always a pleasure speaking to you.